Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. It's a real honor to be a part of this conversation today. I believe everybody in this room is part of the collective effort to transform government. And it isn't easy. It really isn't easy. With the news and all of the things going on in the marketplace, it's really hard to keep focused on why we're all here, public service. So, public service, it motivates us every single day. You've heard from some amazing speakers today on digital transformation and all of the great work that's happening to digitize and modernize the government. But transformation, too, is not easy. It takes process, which is a challenge. It takes technology, which could be an opportunity. And then there are the people. So hi, I'm Eva Skidmore, and I work for Salesforce. Today, I'm going to spend some time talking about the people part of that equation. And when I think about it, how we connect with employees, when I think with how we motivate our workforce to stay engaged. Personally, I'm passionate about improving citizen service through digital innovation. And I also get to, every day, help federal, state, local, aerospace, and defense customers of the government to improve the way that they provide that service. But when I think about what we're here today, you might be wondering, Eva, you're a technology person from a technology company. Why aren't you talking about the technology part? Well, to be honest, my team and I, we're all here to talk about the key capabilities that Salesforce can enable for government, like case management, service, outreach, engagement, application development platform. But I think many of you, while eating your ice cream, may have seen my capable team in the hall talking about that. For me, all I will tell you today is that technology is a powerful equalizer, providing access to knowledge and information and data that allows you to be more connected to employees, citizens, and constituents. So I believe fully that employee engagement is a huge part of the success for all of your transformation efforts. Well, why today? Why now? As our CEO stated, we are at a precipice. We need to decide what kind of society we are going to be and what kind of society we are going to have going forward. And in this, I believe industry and government share a common purpose, but we also share a common obstacle. A study by Gallup showed that engaged employees feel a sense of passion for their work and spend their days driving innovation and moving the company forward. That's a great thing. It's a really great thing. But they also found in that same study that 85% of employees across industry self-report as disengaged. And that creates a huge cost and a huge problem for all of us. So I wonder, are the 85% of us in this room avoiding our day jobs? Or are we the 15% who are here because we're really engaged and we really want to learn and we really want to transform? Well, let's see how it goes. So I've spent 15 years in this industry. And what I would like to share a little bit with you today is some of the things that I've learned in my role at Salesforce in terms of things about culture that could be really helpful in terms of increasing employee engagement. So when I think about it, when I first joined Salesforce, I really felt like a part of the community right from the get-go. As a customer, I remember experiencing the platform for the first time and just its simplicity, its ease of use, my ability to customize it, that made a difference. But then as an employee, we have this concept of Ohana, which means family, and we include everybody in that family. It's our employees, it's our partners, it's our customers, and it's the communities in which we work. And I'll reference the word Ohana a couple times more. So when we think about that, I am actually just inspired every day by the level of engagement and the passion of my team. And so while technology makes our jobs easier and process makes things more efficient, it's actually not a tech thing, it's a human thing. And what I believe is that the core values we have at Salesforce truly enable us to fuel the way that we go to market and our successes. Those core values are trust, customer success, innovation, and equality. What those values have allowed us to do is truly attract and retain a talented workforce, and even be recognized by Fortune, Forbes, Fast Company as a great place to work, as an admired company, as an innovative company, and even locally, we just received an award for being the best place to work in Greater Washington. But that's just part of it. When I see our core values, and I'll take you through each of the core values one by one so you can get an idea of how we think about it, we believe so strongly that if we communicate openly and deliver the highest level of service, that we are going to be able to really serve our customers. Trust is a really, really valuable commodity. And so the way that we work really hard to earn trust is through being transparent, paying attention to the highest levels of security and compliance, like FedRAMP, working toward privacy and super high performance in our product. Within my own team, I also empower them and offer them my trust so that they can become trailblazers and really do a great job in their work. So trailblazer is not a new concept for you. A trailblazer is a pioneer, an innovator, a lifelong learner, a mover, and a shaker. We talk about trailblazers at Salesforce a lot. A trailblazer is also a leader who leaves a path for others to follow. And most importantly, it's a person who builds a better world for others. Government agencies have been trailblazing for a long time. Think about putting a person on the moon, our highway system, how we have safe food, all kinds of innovations. You heard about facial technology recognition for Border Patrol, all kinds of opportunities we've had for government agencies to be trailblazers. And when I think about that, each of you here in this room are really making strides in your own organizations as trailblazers yourselves. So our second core value is focused on customer success and how we help our customers grow and succeed. We have many government customers who have used Salesforce to serve their citizens and their mission. And so what I will share with you today is a few highlights of these three and from the perspective of how they've engaged their people. So let's start with Amtrak. If you were here at the IT Modernization Summit in April, they talked about this from a data and a tech perspective. But what we also love is how they brought in employee success and engagement and used technology as the enabler. So we helped them evaluate and rationalize over 400 different applications to simplify. And we always had in mind the vision that the CIO mentioned, where he's saying, how can I make the life of the conductor, the engineer, the passengers, the field service technologist, how can I make their lives happy and productive? So we were able to be at the heart of that transformation that also enabled them to double the efficiency of their staff and turn their trains on time. Another example is the way that the GSA used Salesforce to engage and support their workforce. They launched an internal campaign to solicit ideas and feedback and ways that their employees wanted to save money and improve efficiency. And then there is the contact center here in the city of Washington, D.C. They have a couple of programs that I'd like to celebrate. First of all, their contact center, they were able to bring multiple contact centers and multiple departments under one roof, emergency and non-emergency alike. And what they're able to do is handle their 1.8 million calls in addition to taking on multiple additional inbound channels like social. The second program, and they also were able to reduce complaints. The second thing I would like to highlight is how the community impact that the Washington, D.C. Office of Unified Communications has had. So they are participants with LEAP. LEAP is a workforce development program started by Mayor Bowser, who to place students in open jobs around the city. So these students, and because the Salesforce CRM system was so easy to use, these students were really able to learn the platform, and they were able to train and motivate their staff within record time. In fact, They were also able to place 42 now of these students who are now graduates into full-time roles at the organization. And to me, that's really impressive. So I love these stories because each of the customers benefit from our technology and our innovation, which is core value number 3. Salesforce has been an innovator for the almost 2 decades that we've been around. First, from our cloud computing model to how we have a 1-1-1 model for philanthropy, where we give 1% of our time, 1% of our equity, and 1% of our product to charity. But what is in the secret sauce that helps us to deliver new technology 3 times a year? To me, it is our customer-centric innovation process. It takes way more than just innovative ideas. It takes an environment that's open to change. So when we think about that, plus the willingness to listen and take feedback, that's something also that's not necessarily new to any of you. Governing, you all take in a ton of constituent feedback in everything you do. Finally, we are deeply committed to equality. And it was great to hear Chris Liddell highlighting that great people is also part of the management agenda. So what we think about when we think of equality is creating a workplace free from discrimination and representative of all identities. And our commitment to equality is about public education, gender equality, LGBTQ equality, diversity, and the environment. And so what we've learned is that we've made progress on some of these fronts, but we still have a long road to go. And together with government, and together with all of our Ohana, we can drive meaningful change for the future. So I share with you all of these values and what we've learned and what we continue to learn, because whether we disagree or we're facing challenges, it really helps our employees and our employee engagement to be clear on our values, because it gives us a path forward. It gives us a way to engage our people. So, enough about me, enough about us. What about you? So I know every single person in this room is working hard, and there's a ton of great work going on in government. Nearly all government agencies have a clear strategic plan, and many have clear goals and values as part of those plans. What you know better than I is how those goals and objectives are being translated into motivating and inspiring your staff to serve that common purpose. I have a couple of favorite examples, but I think, and I may be wrong, but maybe employee engagement could impact the agency rankings in terms of the best government places to work. So when we think about things like trust, the General Accountability Office has a really interesting vision, mission, and strategy where they have people values that talk about their work, or mission values that talk about their work, and people values that talk about how their people should feel valued, respected, and treated fairly. I love that. When I think about trailblazers, I absolutely love the campaign, I Am HHS, that is on social and blogs, where employees are posting videos about their experience and highlighting their service. And HHS is saying, hey, this is one of 79,000 people who plays a critical role to protect and improve the health and well-being of the American people. The SBA is all about the success of their customers and constituents, and even have fabulous resources online about what do I do if I want to establish values for my own organization, and what are the risks. For NASA, their very themes in their strategic plan are all about inspiring and motivating people. And finally, when I think about the diversity and inclusion, the U.S. Armed Forces started even before the EEOC in terms of recognizing the changing face of our nation, so they could attract, recruit, develop, and retain a highly skilled total force. It's totally inspiring. So with all of this, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for all you're doing. Each of us has a role to play in making the world a better place and building the government of the future. The business of business and the business of government are about making the world a better place, and having an engaged workforce has been a work in progress for us. It probably is for you too, but I encourage you, find the innovators, find the trailblazers, trust and empower them. Let's put people first in transforming government. Thank you.